Auburn got a touchdown, 17-0. Well, LSU's gone downhill. Maybe next year we'll do better. FlappyChicken here. Today in this video we are talking about the Fantasy Football Road to the Playoff Series, Week 6. First we're going to go over Week 5 of this league, this Fantasy Football League. And holy crap, after 3 weeks we won. And that is amazing. Deshaun Watson, 261 yards, 5 touchdowns, 31 rushing yards. That equals 45 points. And that probably single-handedly won us the game. I mean, almost single-handedly. DeMarco Murray, 58 rushing yards, 4 receptions, 11 yards, 1 fumble. That gives him 7 points. I'd say very decent game for DeMarco Murray. Then we have the GOAT, Kareem Hunt. And Kareem Hunt, 11.5 points, 107 rushing yards, 9 receiving yards, 11.5 points. A decent game for Kareem Hunt. Mike Evans, 5 receptions, 49 yards, 6.5 points. Not the best. Stephon Diggs, 1 reception, 4 yards. That was terrible. He was dealing with a groin injury, which he will be out this week with a groin injury. So Evans was not producing. Another man that was injured was Charles Clay, the tight end. 2 receptions for 31 yards. He's out now, so now we dropped him. Marshawn Lynch, 43 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, and a reception for 10 yards. 11.5 points. Thank you, Marshawn. Thank you for helping us. Kicker Robbie Gould, 13 points. He had a lot of field goals in this one, and he was perfect. Eagles defense, 6 points on the Cardinals. They only allowed 7 points. They had 1 block and 2 sacks. And if you look at our opponents had the Patriots, didn't do too well. Duke Johnson, who had a great game, and I was expecting it. Jerick McKinnon, who went off. 95 rushing yards, a touchdown, 51 receiving yards. That's nuts. Doug Baldwin, he was contained. Golden Tate, he was contained. Ertz went off. Decker did a little better than I thought. Ryan Sukup only got 5 points. And the 49ers defense only allowed 26 points, an interception, 4 sacks. But yeah, guys, that was this week. And now we're looking at Week 6. Before we start, my team's on the left. Alright, so, people that we have this week. Starting at quarterback, last week, he torched the Kansas City Chiefs defense with 5 touchdowns last week. We are starting Deshaun Watson against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns suck, obviously. Starting at running back, we have the running back for the Tennessee Titans. We've got DeMarco Murray. Murray has a good matchup against the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts defense is not good. So I expect Murray, he can go all over this defense this week. But there is a little bit of risk in there because he still is a little banged up. He hasn't had the best season yet. And then we have the GOAT, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt going against Pittsburgh. Kansas City, honestly, their run game has been good. But I mean, Houston kind of stopped them last week. I mean, Pittsburgh's defense isn't that good. So Kareem Hunt, he can go off. And a man we have to really force to start, Terrell Pryor, starting at wide receiver versus the San Francisco 49ers. I still don't trust Cousins' relationship with Terrell Pryor. Hopefully they've developed a relationship over the bye week. And I'm hoping Terrell Pryor brings in some big money this week against the San Francisco 40 Fumblers. Mike Evans versus the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean, the Cardinals, they're a pretty good defense. Patrick Peterson's probably going to be locking up Mike Evans, but I still expect Evans to have a fine week. It won't be as bad as people think, I believe. He's done well against Janoris Jenkins. He's done well against Xavier Rhodes. I mean, well, I just say he's done well. So I don't expect anything different here. I'm gonna let Flappy Noodle introduce this one for a certain reason. Starting at tight end, the GOAT, the #1 person on the Jets, my favorite freaking team. We have Austin-Seferian Jenkins. Yeah! Seferian Jenkins is going against a nice Patriots defense, so for now, I think Seferian Jenkins is a very viable tight end. Marshawn Lynch versus the Chargers defense. Chargers defense has been historically bad this year. So Marshawn Lynch, I'm expecting him to have the best game of the season right here. And maybe we can trade him away next week. I don't know. We'll have to see. After the amazingness the Jaguars defense put on the bench for my fantasy squad, there is no reason why I shouldn't be starting the Jaguars every single week except the bye week. Jaguars defense going against Rams. Jaguars will shut down the Rams offense. Even though I like the Rams offense, the Jaguars are going to shut them down. And we got Dustin Hopkins going against the San Francisco 49ers. Hopkins, he'll do well, so he'll kick some good field goals and we'll be Gucci right now. We're going against an opponent who, can you tell he's kind of a Saints fan? I mean, just look, you see Drew Brees, Mark Ingram, just look at his bench too. He's got Snead. And he's a Packers fan, man. Ty Montgomery, Jordy Nelson, Martellus Bennett, Aaron Jones, like. And then you got Brandon Cooks, the former Saint. I mean, this is a weird lineup. But we are going against Breeze. Breeze is gonna do very well against Detroit. I don't want it to be like that, but it has to. Cause you know, I think Breeze is gonna win. So Breeze is going to do very well, and I'll be happy for him. Same thing with Mark Ingram. Ingram's going to have a great game. Ingram, now that Peterson's gone, he's going to have more of a chance to shine, and he will. We have Ty Montgomery going against Minnesota. I mean, I don't think he's going to do that well because of his ribs, his injured ribs, and Aaron Jones' great performance last week. Jordy Nelson, I'm sure he'll have a great game against the Minnesota offense, or the Minnesota defense. Green Bay, I think they'll pull out the win. So, Jordy Nelson, I expect him to have a good game. Brandon Cooks versus the Jets, boom or bust situation. I can't really bet on it. He's either going to have 20 points or 2 points. That's just how I see it. Martellus Bennett versus Minnesota. I don't think it's going to work out. I think Martellus Bennett is not going to have a good game, contrary to what people are saying. Amir Abdullah versus New Orleans, it's a bust. Saints defense has been impressive over the past 2 weeks. The last few weeks, I'd say, when we got those 2 wins. So I think Amir Abdullah's going to have a rude awakening. Also, he didn't play well last week, so I just think the mischief's going to continue this week. Titans defense versus Indianapolis. I don't like it. Jacoby Brissett is underrated to me, and Jacoby Brissett is good. Steven Gostkowski against the Jets. Nice kicker. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. You can comment down below your fantasy questions / your fantasy lineup if you want to compare. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.